Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome back for another pick a card reading. And for this reading topic, we're going to find out if you will be in a healthy connection in the future. So we have 3 crystal bracelets. Let me just grab it real quick. For group number 1, we have gold and calcite. For group number 2, this is the serpentine crystal bracelet. And for group number 3, we have the Angelite crystal bracelet. Alright, so once you're ready, just click on the timestamps below. Okay, golden calcite. Let's begin with your reading. Spirit guides, archangels, and angels, please provide some guided messages for the collective who chose group number 1. Wow, 6 of Wands. Six of Pentacles. You have the Hangman in reverse. Wow, the Nine of Cups. Oops, a lot of cards. Let's just pull up 2 more. Okay, let's take a look. Justice. And we have here World. Oh my gosh, this is really beautiful. Oh my gosh, Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This is amazing, you guys, I tell you that. All right, so here's what I'm saying. Group number 1, the answer is yes. All right, and the reason why I'm saying that, first and foremost, you got the 6 of Wands. This is talking about victory or success. I feel that for group number 1, a lot of you chose this group or pile. You have been in connections. Now, this is not just entirely about romantic partnerships. We're talking about healthy connections. It can be the people that you associate yourself with, friends, or whatsoever, okay? And I'm seeing here that for majority of you, you were actually in a partnership or connection in which it really lacks balance. However, I feel that this has taught you to reflect on some things about yourself or the relationship that you have for yourself. You kind of like try to weigh things as well with the Justice card, all right? Some of you actually kind of like observed some sort of like a pattern is what I'm hearing from Spirit. Because Hangman is talking about looking at things from a higher point of view or a different, angle or perspective. And maybe at first you weren't really paying attention to it. But I feel a lot of you may have already observed that, or you may have already noticed that the pattern kept on repeating over and over. And because of that, this is allowing you now to kind of like change or do things in a different way. You're closing out a cycle here with the World card, all right? Some of you just recently did that, is actually what I'm hearing from Spirit. Others of you would be closing out this cycle in which you may have the tendency to kind of like attract people who's kind of like not really being so much balanced with you, or there is a lack of balance in the connection. Either you give too much, but this person's not capable of giving back, all right? There's that lack of giving and receiving energy between you or these people, all right, that you surround yourself with. For some of you, if it's a romantic relationship, I'm getting here that either you have dealt with romantic partnerships in which they always hang back with the Hangman. It's like they always kind of like put the situation on pause, and you're like, okay, what now? I thought there's something going on between the both of us, I thought there's something, amazing that's about to happen, in which you might have expected for the relationship to grow deeper and deeper. But then all of a sudden, when things are really, really good, it's like the situation was put on hold. Or the partner that you've dealt with was kind of like, backing off all of a sudden. And you're like, all right, so what's going on? What's up with you? I don't know, I'm sharing that right now for some of you with the Hangman. But you've been wishing for this. You've been really hoping and wishing to be in a healthy relationship. And yes, group number 1, I'm seeing that for you. I tell you that. Most especially got the 6 of Wands over here. Even the overall energy, it's the Knight of Cups. So I'm seeing a romantic offer, or you being in a really positive and beautiful, healthy connection, whether it's romantic, platonic, or what, all right? But this time, you would notice that it's not only you who's always giving your time, money, energy, right? Because again, the lesson I feel for group number 1, it's balance. You may have attracted these type of connections in which it's only you who's giving everything to them, right? But we see here this Knight of Cups, and he's holding this bouquet of flowers, ready to give it to you. So I'm getting that this is definitely going to happen in the future. If you've been wishing for this, yes, you will get it. You got the Victory and Success card. And even with this 7 of Pentacles over here, it might take a while for some of you, because I'm getting here some of you still needed to kind of like close out some patterns or some cycles here. Others of you already did. So by the time this is already done, because world is talking about completion, then you would begin to attract more healthier, more beautiful partnerships or connections. Wow. All right, so let's try to pull up another set of cards here. Oh my gosh, now you got the Farewell to the Moon card, and it says here, appreciate and enjoy the lunar light and cycles. I love that this card actually popped up for you, because this is just a really strong validation from Spirit that you would definitely be closing out a cycle, because I keep on hearing that, all right? And now you got Farewell to the Moon. Maybe you have to go through all of these phases. All right. And it's necessary for you to encounter all those things until you become whole on your own. Right. You have to kind of like go through those phases and cycles, because it's part of your transformation. It's actually part of your growth. But yes, you would be saying bye-bye to an old, toxic, not so good cycle in terms of unhealthy connections or relationships. I feel a lot of you chose group number 1. You're beginning to realize, or you will realize in the future, that you are this whole and complete person. Maybe some of you in the past, or even currently, all right, in your mind, you kept on thinking that in order for you to feel whole and complete, you must have this romantic partner. But the truth is, you have to be complete on your own first. And then eventually, you would just share the love that is overflowing from you with others. That's how you also share your love. You don't give everything. You just share what's overflowing, not giving out the entire cup to the people around you, or even when it comes to romantic partnerships. So this is good. I'm seeing here that you are in this process of growth and transformation until you begin to realize that, oh, I'm actually whole and complete. All right, I have to be whole and complete first on my own, instead of looking for validation or craving for validation, looking for love outside of myself. Wow, this is nice. Let's see what else. Yeah, you got the 6th chakra Archangel Metatron. You're seeing it clearly now. Okay? Some of you, this is what's going to happen. Eventually, you will see it. Eventually, you will see your true value, your true worth. You will see what needs to be worked out on so you can begin to attract healthier partnerships or relationships. Yeah, you got the Ace of Wands, which is talking about new beginnings, new passionate beginnings. So yeah, I'm definitely seeing here for group number 1 that you guys really have a huge possibility of attracting or being in a healthier and really beautiful partnership. But again, you're still going through some cycles here, and you've got to honor that. You've got to appreciate the current cycle that you're in. Eventually, you will become the full moon. Maybe right now you're in the waxing phase or waning moon phase, but eventually you will be this whole and complete full moon. Wow. What else, Spirit? Yeah, look at this. Cleaning the house. So I'm actually getting here that there's a lot of healing with a cleaning the house card. There's a lot of detoxification is also what I'm picking up. When you clean the house, you actually take away things that are no longer needed. Things that are adding up to your space, right? So I'm getting that this is what is going on for you guys. Some of you would begin to realize or see things clearly about, okay, what is it that I do not need? What should I actually kind of like change? For a lot of you, it's around being too overly giving or allowing yourself to be taken advantage of by people who took so much or who take so much rather from you. And I feel that you have to go through these phases, all right? It didn't happen by accident. You have to go through all that because this is part, again, like what I said, of your deep growth and transformation. Yeah, look at this, failure. I was just talking about that you have to go through all of these experiences, even the bad ones, because it's preparing you, it's enabling you as well to learn. It's helping you to look from within. Otherwise, if you aren't able to identify what needs to be worked on or the things that you needed to kind of like do things differently, you may encounter the same type of pattern over and over again. It says here, failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. That is correct, because we all make mistakes. We all experience failure. We're not perfect, right? You make a mistake. These people they've actually dealt with also made a mistake. But these things are just helping each one of us to grow and to learn from. Failure is the best teacher, right? But the thing is, are you open to learn? Because some people, they're not. Or some people, they kind of like not really ready yet to identify what needs to be worked out on. And that's why they would begin to kind of like, attract the same type of patterns, the same type of, people that are actually not really for their highest good. So that's it. With this cleaning the house, it is you weeding out, releasing anything that is not for your highest good anymore. Whoa, I love this reading. Let's see what else. Milk and honey. So there's definitely going to be an opportunity here, group number 1. There is definitely going to be a huge opportunity for you to meet someone or to be in a healthy and beautiful partnership. Look at that, milk and honey. They're actually different, right? But they complement each other. And I feel this is actually what you will be experiencing in the future. That there is that beautiful balance, right? Again, you keep on getting balance, group number 1. I feel this is really the main lesson for you guys. So you can actually enter or begin to attract these type of relationships or connections. But yeah, look at that. 6 of Wands again. Victory and success. My gosh, you guys. I'm so happy for you. I tell you that. This is a huge yes for group number 1. That you will definitely, attract and enter a healthier connection in the future. Whether it's friendship, whether it's a lover or a romantic partnership. But look at that. You got your purification, which is a healing card. Cleansing. It's interesting because you actually got the cleaning the house card. Now you got the purification card. But like what I said, all of these failures, all of these not so good experiences, it's actually helping you. All right? If you're just only going to be looking at it in a different perspective. To see failure as a teacher, okay? Not just entirely a negative experience. So yeah, you're really healing. And then you got the release card. Same energy again as you do the cleansing, as you do the healing. You're releasing some old parts of yourself that are no longer needed. Because I'm getting a lot of decluttering, detoxification for group number 1. You're releasing some things that are not really good for you. Some of you are probably still in a very toxic connection or partnership. But I'm seeing you here in the future. Finally identifying what needs to be worked out on. Or what are the things that needed to be, kind of like changed here. So you can begin to attract much more healthier, beautiful partnerships. Whoa, this is very straightforward. Let's pull up another set of cards. Yeah, you got your win or lose. And then, my gosh, you got the 9 of Cups again. This is the second time you got the 9 of Cups, just like the 6 of Wands. I love this for you. You have been really wishing for this. You have been manifesting this, group number 1. Because I'm actually seeing that for a lot of you chose this pile, you may have a series of failed partnerships, okay? And this has really frustrated you. Because you were around people either who's also controlling, is what I'm hearing. Either these people that you were dealing with or you have dealt with, they kind of like didn't consider your feelings and emotions is another thing that I'm hearing. Or because of they see you as a very giving person. Look at that with the 9 of Cups with a hand. You love to give, all right? You're very generous. Because of your generosity, because of your kindness, they feel as if that is your obligation to give that to them. And that's the saddest part for group number 1. That's really what I'm hearing. And that's why it is an unhealthy connection, attachment, or relationship. Okay, let's pull up more. You saw me shuffle. You got here, let it go. Right? You got the release card over here. You got the cleaning the house card. You got the purification. So based on the cards that we have pulled up so far, there's a lot of cleansing for group number 1. And then eventually you would be, able to release or discard all of these things. Again, situation, things, people that are not really for you. That are not for your highest good. I feel that you are becoming a lot more compassionate on yourself this time. Okay? Because naturally you are very compassionate, giving. But this time you're learning to love yourself first. You're learning to give that to yourself first. Wow, I love your reading, group number 1. Let's pull it more. Okay, you got your fragmented energy. So with this fragmented energy card, I'm getting here that, yeah, a lot of you guys felt really confused. A lot of you guys actually felt as if that no matter what you do, right, like there's always something missing. Like, what have I done? I keep on hearing that when I saw this card. What have I done? I mean, I've been nice to this person. I've been very kind to this person. But no matter how much I try to be nice or kind to these people or to this person, it seems as if that things are actually not working well, or there's a lot of conflict. Because sometimes we have to understand as well that not everything is entirely our fault, okay? But there's definitely something that we may need to work on to change some things. We cannot expect as well for people to behave the way that we treated them, all right? It is a reflection with the water. It is a reflection of who they really are. Some of you with this fragmented energy card, if it's a romantic partnership, that's most probably what you have felt. Like you always have to question yourself. Some of you may have questioned your worth or your value. Am I really good enough? Is this person really treating me that I'm valuable or worthy? But then again, maybe, all right? Maybe, group number 1, that is just a sign from your higher self that you don't have to look for that from others. It has to come from you. It has to begin with you first. Don't look for answers outside of yourself is what I'm hearing when I saw this fragmented energy card. Look from within. Just like the quote as well, I suddenly heard this quote right now by Rumi. Everything you seek is already within you. Everything that you're seeking for is already within you. Wow. Let's pull it more. Yeah, you got the environment. So I'm getting here that there is definitely going to be a lot of changes here. A change of environment, changing, things so you can actually start again with Ace of Wands. And before you can actually start again, there are many, I feel, for group number 1, there are many things that you guys are really going to be letting go of. All right? In order for you to attract this really positive or beautiful change in your connections. For some of you with the environment, I'm hearing from Spirit that this is most probably because of the environment as well that you grew up with when you were a kid. How you were conditioned or how you grew up. That's another thing I'm hearing here. And again, a lot of greens, heart chakra. All right, there's really something about self-love here as well for group number 1. Oops. Yeah, you got the Chased card. So either you may have found yourself, chasing after partnerships or connections. That's why I'm actually hearing that very strong message from Spirit that you're kind of like looking for your worth or your value from outside of yourself. And you only feel valuable and important if a person around you would kind of like either tell you how worthy you are, how valuable you are. When in reality, you have to realize that you already are valuable yourself. You don't have to look outside, like what I said. You don't have to look outside of yourself to see that. You don't have to crave for that validation from others. So maybe you may have found yourself always doing, okay, chasing, running after, these things. And maybe this is a time for you to take a pause, all right? Be still. Pause and look within. You got your empowerment as well. It says here, use your past experiences to make yourself stronger, right? All of these things, the failure, since you got the failure card, all of these things, it's enabling you to be strong. So all of these things that occurred in your life, the connections, the partnerships, the relationships, it didn't happen, like what I said, by accident. It happened because it's actually shaping you to become a much more empowered, confident, and valuable person that you really are. All right? But maybe because of the environment, how you were brought up, okay, that you always needed to look for that outside of yourself. Usually, especially if you're growing up and your caregivers, meaning your parents as well, weren't able to give that to you. They weren't able to kind of like demonstrate and tell you how amazing you are or valuable you are. As you grow up, you kind of like look for that validation from other people because you didn't experience that growing up. So I'm also getting here inner child wounds as well. For group number 1. Let's pull up more. Let's try this one. Yeah, look at that. Temple. Inner being. Sacred space. What did I just say earlier? Instead of chasing, running after connections, relationships, go within. It has to start from you. Ask yourself this time, what is your relationship with yourself? As you work from the inside, it will reflect on the outside. Always remember that, group number 1. Don't look for love from others. Look for love from within. Like what I said, what you're seeking for is already within you, based on the Rumi quote. Gosh, this is so beautiful. Let's pull up another one. Okay, unleash your creativity. Okay, so I feel that with this unleash your creativity, eventually you are really seeing your value. You're seeing how amazing you are, what you're capable of. Okay? For group number 1, the strongest really had something to do with worth and value. And maybe that's why you wanted to always give to others. Because if you give to others, you're kind of like unconsciously expecting for that person to return and tell you that, oh, you're so amazing, or you're such a kind person. Okay, sometimes we tend to not really, notice that. But I'm getting that in the future, group number 1, as you're going within with this temple card, you're beginning to unleash your true power. Not just all about creativity, but who you truly are, your true value. Because again, it will actually start with you, group number 1. Let's pull it more. Yeah, because you got the Thief card. Wow. I'm really picking up for group number 1. You were in partnerships in which they really took more from you. Okay? And here you are always giving. If we can still remember what I actually said earlier, in which for some of you guys, because of your generosity, because of your giving heart and all that, some of these people, they feel as if that it's your obligation. I'm hearing the word obligation. It's as if it's your obligation to do all these things for them. the sad reality is you may have definitely also enabled that. Always remember, guys, it also takes two to tango. All right? That we fail to notice that we have also enabled these people to treat us this way. If you were able to set up some boundaries, if you have some healthy balance, or you have established healthy balance, then that situation could not occur for you, because you know how to be a lot more balanced in partnerships or connections. So you're not going to give everything, right? You're just going to share what's overflowing. But because of your overly giving nature, which is something that I myself, had to really, I'm still learning, honestly, because I'm still a very overly giving person. But yeah, it is a really difficult journey. When your true nature is you really wanted to share, you really wanted to give, and to see people around you to be happy. But the thing is, a lot of you guys, a lot of us, right, including myself, we may have encountered a lot of thieves in which they're just really taking more, but is not capable of giving. So I feel the connections that you've been through, or that you are still dealing with probably, it's really helping you to realize your true value and to give that love, that compassion to yourself first. All right, let's see what else. Chemistry. There's a lot of cards over here, so let's actually pull up another one. Oh my gosh. Healthy choices. Making healthy choices in love and in life. Self-love, self-care, being happier. Bingo. There you go. I don't need to explain that, but yeah. You get it. You get the picture, right? This is actually, suggesting to all of us that your journey towards finding, or not necessarily finding, but being in a healthy connection is not a walk in the park. Because you have to go through a lot. You have to meet all these people. The people that you may have attracted. And at first you're not noticing it. You're not realizing that there's something that you actually needed to shift from within. So the pattern will finally be closed out. Because I'm seeing you, group number one, you're closing out a cycle, all right? You're discarding some things. You're releasing beliefs, negative beliefs, or things, situations, even people that are actually not really good for you. Because here you are, you're making healthy choices for yourself. You're loving yourself more now. And by loving yourself, you're actually feeling a lot more happier than ever. With a chemistry card, I'm hearing two things. Maybe your attraction, especially if it's actually a romantic partnership. Some of us, we just really put our focus on the chemistry of the connection. Like at first it was so, it was really fantastic. It was so good. But then eventually we begin to kind of like notice the red flags, right? At first it was so hot and fiery and really passionate, but then slowly the fire is burning out. So, or burning or dying down is actually what I'm getting. But I'm seeing here that eventually it's not just all about the chemistry, but it's also more about how you're also feeling, like emotionally, when you're actually around these people or this person. Is there a beautiful giving and receiving energy between you and this person? There's so many things that you will be considering now. Because again, I'm hearing it's not just all about the chemistry, like, oh, I'm so feeling happy whenever I'm around this person, or I'm so attracted to this person looks so hot. It's not just about that anymore. And again, it's part of your journey. It's part of you becoming more and more mature, all right, when it comes to connections or partnerships. You're beginning to see things differently now, is what I'm getting. All right, so let's pull up some message for you before we wrap things up. Start off with this Whispers of Love deck. Simple acts of kindness. Kindness energizes you and brings happiness to those around you. See, I told you, group number 1. You're naturally kind and giving. Okay? Because kindness energizes you. Makes you happy. And you love to see being, or you love to see people being happy, rather, whenever you spread your kindness towards them. But unfortunately, like what I said, group number 1, sometimes we have to accept the hard and bitter truth that we cannot really expect for these people to treat us the way that we have treated them. Believe me, I've been there. You may be an empath. I'm picking up an empath energy here, all right? In which you naturally like to give, to spread positivity and happiness. But despite of the things that you've done for them, all right, or these people around you, like what I said, either they took more from you with the Thief card over here, right? Or I'm actually hearing earlier that they felt as if that it's your obligation to do that for them, or to do those things for them. So yeah. Wow. All right. Let's actually pull up another card here. Okay. Look at this. I just love the last message. Wow. It's like cherry on top. It says here, every experience, regardless of whether you perceive it as good or bad, comes with a gift attached. Yet sometimes the gift is only revealed with the passing of time. Trust. All is as it should be. Okay? What a way to end this reading for you, group number 1. That's so true. Every experience, whether you perceive it as good or bad, there's always a gift. There's a lesson. That's why in your failure card, it even says, I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. And that's the gift. The gift of wisdom. Okay? So there you go, group number 1. I really enjoyed your reading. I hope you were able to pick up something from this. But to answer the question, will you enter or be in a healthy connection in the future? Again, it's not just about romantic partnerships. It's part of it, whether it's a romantic relationship, friendship, or what. The answer is a big yes. You've been wishing for this. You got the wish card twice, and you will be getting it. You will be closing out a cycle. As you're beginning to realize, as you're beginning to learn more and more about your past connections or past relationships. A lot of people will be doing that, by the way, year 2023, okay? Not all people, but yeah, there is definitely that energy out there for the year 2023 in which people are going within. People are actually learning and beginning to reflect back on the type of people that they surround themselves with, about their past. Why did I attract all these people? Things like that. There's that kind of like hermit energy that I'm picking up for the year 2023. Not for all of you, but for some people. As it's actually also tied to number 7 if you add 2023, which is spirituality. All right. So anyway, that's all I have for you. I hope you got something out of this. I'll see you next week. Okay, Serpentine, let's begin with your reading. Spirit guides, archangels, and angels, please provide some guided messages for the collective which chose group 2. Will you be in a healthy connection in the future? Alright, you have here Lovers. Next you have here Page of Cups. Next you have here 10 of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. And you have the Hermit. Bottom of the deck, you have here 9 of Pentacles. Okay, what I'm actually seeing here for group number 2 is that the chances are really high that you will enter or be in a healthy connection in the future, okay? If you're single right now, because this is also a single card, all right, I feel that you guys are also going to be realizing that even though you may be single right now, that's not to say that your life sucks or your life is really boring. I feel a lot of you are also going to be realizing that there are pros and cons when you're actually in a romantic relationship, okay? I'm hearing that very, very strongly right now for someone out there. Because maybe you were actually in a traumatic or not so good relationship in the past, where an ex may have actually betrayed you is also what I'm hearing. Others of you, I'm actually getting that you were mixed up in a romantic partnership in the past where they may have treated you as an option, okay? Some of you even got mixed up in a triangular or third-party affair here, all right? But because of your journey, because of those things that you had to go through, it is actually kind of like helping you to realize that, you know what? I don't deserve this. I deserve something better. You're learning your value as well. You're becoming a lot more aware of your choices, because Lovers is also talking about choices. You're becoming more aware about what is actually good for you. You've been reflecting on that with the Hermit card. Okay, maybe in the past it's hard for you to see that, or you weren't really noticing that. But eventually I'm seeing group number 2 that you will. Okay, in which you guys are really going to be careful around the type of connections that you allow to be around you, or the type of connections that you wanted to be surrounded yourself with, okay? Whether it's love or not. Because again, this reading is not necessarily just about romantic interests or romantic partnerships. It can be anything, all right? Now, even if it's not necessarily romantic, I'm still seeing that you guys are actually learning a lot about connections. You're learning to choose yourself more. You're learning to become a lot more happy as well on your own, not craving for validation, not craving for happiness outside of yourself. Because maybe, you know, for some of you, you probably thought that I can only be happy, I can only feel complete because I have a lover in my side. Of course, we all wanted to be in a healthy partnership. Of course, we all also wanted to be in a romantic partnership. But the thing is, I feel for group number 2, in order for you to attract that, in order for you to attract this really healthy and beautiful partnership, you have to ask yourself first, what is my relationship with myself? Am I happy? Do I love myself? Or do I need to look for that outside of myself? Do I look for validation? Do I look for love from others? ask yourself those questions. And I feel some of you are already doing that. Okay, that's what I'm getting here with the Hermit card. I feel a lot of you are also going to be longing for more stable type of partnerships with this Ten of Pentacles. If it's a romantic partnership, you want it to be in a serious, in a solid, secure relationship. That you also wanted to build a really beautiful family even with this future partner. Okay? I'm even seeing some of you are actually just enjoying your time right now being single with this Nine of Pentacles. You're enjoying your freedom, your independence. Because you're waiting for the right time. You're actually not rushing. For some of you, you're not rushing because of what you've gone through. Okay? You've learned a lot from these past connections. With the Eight of Pentacles, this is you working on yourself. Working on your value as the Queen of Pentacles. Realizing how valuable, how amazing you are, all right? Without having to look that from others. I feel that for some of you, you may also have been around connections in which, on top of they treated you as an option, is actually what I heard. You were also surrounded with connections in which they are kind of like self-absorbed, is what I'm hearing. Or even childish people, okay? It's like you're always the one who's more patient, more understanding. Some of them, they may have kind of like, yeah, acted as if they are a pig with this piglet over here, all right? There's something about them kind of like acting in a very childish way, not really being sensitive to your feelings is also what I heard here. But this is what you want, group number 2. And I'm seeing here that yes, eventually, you will actually be in a healthy, beautiful connection, whether it's romantic or platonic, because of you will be realizing something with this Hermit card. The Hermit withdraws from the society, right? Because the Hermit needed to go within in order to search for enlightenment. And that is exactly what's going to be happening for group number 2. A lot of you guys are really going to be going within. And by going within, you begin to see things clearly. You begin to mute all outside noises. You're listening to your higher self, your own inner voice now. And I'm seeing a lot of you realizing that, you know what, I need to make healthy choices when it comes to partnerships or connections. Am I surrounded with the right people? Am I surrounded with people who are actually only thinking of themselves? Greedy, self-absorbed, childish, insensitive? Am I actually allowing myself to be in a connection in which this person's always treating me as if I'm just an option? I'm always in the back burner. I'm also getting that for group number 2. But that is necessary. I tell you that. Because it would help you to see things far more clear than before. And because of that as well, it would help you to do things differently. It would help you to become a lot more careful when it comes to choices. Choices around the type of partnerships that you wanted to surround yourself with. Business partners, romantic partners, friendships. Because again, like what I said, this is not just all about romantic partners, okay? Or something about love and romance. Wow, I love this. Let's try to pull up another set of cards. Oh my gosh, yeah, you got the Mirror card. It says here, know thyself, self-examination, seeing who you really are. What did I tell you with the Hermit card? That's exactly what's going to happen for group number 2. I feel this is actually what's going to help you, group number 2, to attract healthy connections. You really have to allow yourself to go within, to look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, do I love myself? Do I look for love outside of myself? Do I look for happiness outside of myself? Do I look and crave for validation from others? There's something about you needing to go within so you actually can see something that you may have overlooked as to why you have encountered these type of partnerships or connections. And always remember, relationships are mirrors. It didn't happen by accident. These people that you've met, it happened for a reason. It's helping you to learn something about yourself and that person that you're dealing with, as well as, what are the wounds that is actually being reflected back on me that I needed to heal. With a know thyself, this is you realizing your true power, realizing what you really deserve is actually what I'm hearing. Because maybe you may have overlooked that. Most especially I'm hearing from Spirit right now for those people who probably kind of like got themselves mixed up in a connection, a triangular relationship in which you always kind of like wait for this person to choose you. Okay? And by going within, you would realize, hey, I'm not an option, I deserve love. I deserve to be treated fairly. I deserve to be, treated really nice and good. There's something about that for group number 2. Because you're seeing yourself clearly now with a mirror. You're seeing your true value. You're seeing the real you of how deserving you are of a healthy and a beautiful connection, whether it's love or not, or romantic or not. Yeah, look at that. With this strategy, here's what I'm hearing. For some of you, the connections, if this is all about love and romance, the connections that you have been dealing with, it lacks direction, okay? You may have noticed that there's always lack of action coming from those people that you've dealt with, or this person that you have in your mind in which you're not sure what's their next step, what's going on, where do you want this to, go, or where is this connection heading? I'm getting that very, very strongly for group number 2, okay? But eventually, you would actually begin to see, all right, that this is actually what you really want. You wanted to be in a connection where there's clarity. You wanted to be in a connection in which there's transparency, just like the mirror, all right? And at the same time, there is clear direction. Either you were also mixed up in a partnership or connection in which, there's a lot of confusion, is more of like what I'm hearing. Okay, you're confused. You feel lost. Because I'm drawn to the compass, okay, and the map over here. All right, let's see what else. Are you kidding me? You saw me shuffle, right? Well, guess what? It says your choice. This is so freaking weird. I'm just blown away right now. Yeah. Look at this image over here. We actually see here 2 women, or faces of women, okay? One is actually really crying here. We also have this huge snake on the tree. Sword for me is all about clarity, all right? And I'm drawn to this, yeah, image over here, kind of like triangle, which is trileptral. I forgot what it's called, but it's a symbolism. It's a spiritual symbol. So I'm getting here, yeah, just like what I heard from Spirit earlier. Whether you were in a third party connection or being caught up in that type of, connection where, yeah, it's an affair or what. Some of you, you're waiting for this person to choose you over this other person. You're waiting for this person to take some action with a strategy card. Like, okay, what is your plan now? What is the next direction here? Are you going to choose me over this person or what? Okay. For some of you, even if it's not a third party situation, it's the same thing. Like, you may have dealt with people or connections in which they really treated you as an option. And to see this choice card, wow. That's why I said earlier, a lot of you are also going to be realized that I am not an option. I am a choice. Because I'm seeing myself now. You're realizing your true value, your true worth, about who you really are as well. You're not going to allow this type of situation in which you're going to wait for this person to make a move on you. It's like, boy, I need to get moving. All right. Besides, I deserve happiness. I can't just wait for you to be ready to choose me. All right. Or to make me feel that I'm only valuable when you're actually bored or when you're actually not around your friends. I don't know. I'm hearing that right now. I don't know who is this for when I'm channeling. Gosh, somebody's saying that. Like they only feel valuable when this person that they're actually around with is actually not busy or what. There's something about priority. So I'm hearing that. So maybe for some of you, you may have felt as if that these people or this person didn't actually treated you as if you're important or you're not their top priority. Okay, that's what I'm hearing as well. And that's why I got the card choice. What did I tell you at the very start of the reading? A lot of you are actually going to be realizing that you need to choose yourself first and not wait for others to choose you. And this would only happen as you go within. And I'm seeing you doing that, group number 2. That is necessary for you to see things a lot more clearer than ever. You got your encouragement. Doubt. Right. Regeneration. Some of you are already doubting, okay? If this is something that is still currently happening, in which you are still waiting for this person to make a move towards you, or for this person to choose you, or to see you as their top priority, I feel that some of you are already doubtful. Maybe because you've waited for way too long, okay? For some of you have been waiting for years, okay? But there's not much movement. There's not much clear direction in your situation. You're like, okay, is there hope in this relationship? Am I actually waiting for nothing? I don't know. I'm hearing that again from someone. Again, I feel for group number 2, there are some things that you probably are not really looking into, okay? Because that experience, if you're resonating with that, is teaching you to choose yourself this time. To love yourself. And not wait for another person to choose you. Like what I always say in my readings, you must have heard this 1,000 times already. Everything comes and starts or begins from within. Another thing I'm getting here is that with this encouragement card, some of you, again, I heard childish. We see here a mother giraffe and a baby giraffe. Some of you were actually in a type of connection in which it lacks maturity. Either you're more mature than this person, okay? That's another thing that I'm also getting. I'm also hearing that some of you may have attracted connections in which they always rely on you. There's something about that. I feel group number 2, you guys are actually free-spirited, or you guys are actually very independent. Not for all of you. Again, I'm getting mixture of energies for group number 2. Only take what applies to your situation, okay? But for those who are resonating with, yes, I kind of like tend to attract connections in which, they're so clingy, they're so dependent on my energy. There you go, all right? And I feel there is also a need for you to kind of like establish boundaries as well, all right? Not enable the person to rely on you all the time. Because it is also not your responsibility to do everything for them. They have their own journey. They also needed to learn it their way, all right? It's okay to help. It's okay to kind of like provide encouragement or to be of guidance to someone. But it's not to say they're going to take control of their life is what I'm hearing right now from Spirit. I don't know who's that for, all right? And so you're kind of like questioning yourself now, why is it that I tend to attract people who are always clingy or always dependent on my energy, that I need to do everything by myself or for them or for these people? Like they're not going to move when I'm not there. I don't know why I'm hearing that. Because again, you can't just point all your fingers towards that person. Where there's actually, 3 fingers pointing in your direction, right? Because again, it takes 2 to tango. There must be some things as well that you needed to realize that maybe you're also enabling them to depend on you. So again, boundaries is also very strong here. But like what I said, I'm still picking up that as you do the self-reflection, as you're examining yourself much more closely, or you're actually, allowing yourself to examine and reassess everything about your life, about your choices, about the type of partnerships that you attract, this will definitely help you, all right, to do things differently. And I'm seeing you, like what I said, you're becoming a lot more careful around choices in partnerships. You're not just gonna, allow yourself to be mixed up in a partnership in which, again, number 1, they're treating you as if you're an option. They always make you doubt your worth. I'm also hearing that with this doubt card, your value. Or that you're never a priority. Others of you allowing people to cross your boundaries or allowing other people to always depend on you. It's okay to give support or provide support, but that's not to say that you have to take control of their life or you have to do everything for them. That's not helping the person. That's you enabling the person as well to depend on you. Okay? And I actually, also got myself mixed up in that type of connection, to be quite honest. In which I always depend on others in the past. Like whenever I'm actually around a person who's really mature, because I always wanted to learn. Like if they are actually really so amazing in what they do or what, I tend to put them on a pedestal. So I kind of like always take their words as if it's Bible truth. Okay? And so until I realize that I'm kind of like allowing them as well to control me, all right? Because they know that everything that they say is something that I would always believe in. And I also noticed that they would kind of like make me feel as if that, hey, you needed me, right? I'm doing this because I wanted to help you. Because you're this helpless little giraffe. But without them, realizing as well on their side, without them realizing that they're actually already stepping their boundaries. They may have the right intentions, but it's not really helping the other person. Somebody needed to hear that because Spirit really wanted to highlight, a message around being around people who's very dependent on your energy. Okay, let's pull up more. Oh, I forgot. This is actually something I already pulled up. Whoops. Let's actually use this deck instead. Yeah, look at this. Material and spiritual prosperity. There's something about balance here, because this is the Six of Pentacles card. Either one, you're weighing things carefully now, you're balancing everything. Like, okay, am I always the one showing affection, love, encouragement to these people or to this person? But I also deserve to receive something in return, because life is all about balance. So that's another thing I'm also getting with that card. And because, again, because of your awareness, because of your wisdom, this is also going to be helping you now to be more careful around your choices. That you're not going to allow yourself to be mixed up with that type of, connection in which you're always the one who's giving, you're always the one who's looking after this person, you're always the one showering attention to this person, in which it's kind of like a one-way street, all right? So I'm still seeing group number 2 that eventually you would also attract, with this regeneration, see you starting all over again. You will begin to attract, healthy, balanced type of partnerships. And yeah, you got solitude, exactamundo. This is you. My gosh, for group number 2, I notice there's a lot of self-reflection, okay? Hermit card is also a time about that. And then you also got the Mirror, which also says self-examination. And now we got solitude. So I'm really seeing here, group number 2, that you guys will be going through that phase in which you would finally go within. You would finally begin to reassess yourself, the relationships that you attract, the people that you surround yourselves with. You're beginning now to see the patterns. That's another thing I'm hearing. You're beginning to question things such as, all right, is this person really, have the best of intentions for me? Is this really a balanced and a healthy partnership? Or am I always the one initiating everything? Am I always the one showering attention? Things like that, all right? That's why I got the solitude. You guys are really going to be reassessing yourself as well as the relationship that you have with others. And because of that, like what I said for the end time, this is really going to help you now to make healthy choices going forward. Yeah, look at this. Observe. This is the Hangman card. Hangman is talking about looking things from a higher perspective or a different angle. This is you observing everything now. Like what I said, there's a lot of cards as well around you observing yourself with a mirror, right? Self-examination. You're looking at yourself closely. Now we got this card. That's a strong, strong validation from Spirit. And this is really well needed for you guys. It's well needed because you are going to be seeing something clearly, just like the mirror, in which you may have overlooked some things. But if you're going just, to allow yourself to pause, hang back a little bit, pause, look at things from outside of the box or look at things from a different angle, I tell you guys, there is something that is going to be really clear for you. which would help you to attract healthy, balanced partnerships, whether it's romantic partnerships, friendships, or whatsoever. Wow, wow, wow. All right, let's see what else. The land between. Look at that. There's two paths again. I can't believe this. This is weird. Yeah. If you notice, the same energy kept on popping up for group number 2 as well. There's something about choices. If you can remember, you got the Lovers card. Lovers is also talking about choices. So just like what I said, either you have dealt with this type of, scenario in which you were treated as if you're an option. Either they're having a hard time choosing you over the other, or they didn't treat you as a priority. And you're like, okay, what now? Where is this going? There's no clarity in the situation. What is it that you really want? That's really what I'm getting here for group number 2. Even on this card, look at that. There's 3 doors over here. That's why I'm picking up third party for some of you, okay? I'll be very honest. But like what I said, eventually group number 2, with the things that you are going to be seeing as you do the self-examination, that would help you a whole lot, all right? That would help you a whole lot to attract a far more beautiful, healthier partnership. Because like what I said, you are also seeing your value now. You're seeing what is good and not good for you. Okay? Same thing with this land between, all right? Do I go this way or this way? If I go this way, what's going to happen? If I go this way, what is actually going to happen? Or what is actually the thing that I can actually, probably encounter if I go this other route? So there's something really about choices here for group number 2, okay? You're becoming a lot more sure as well of who you are, what you truly deserve, what you truly want, what is not healthy for you, what is unhealthy or toxic for you. There's something about you allowing yourself, all right, to be treated that way as well, okay? Or you may have just perfectly overlooked that, but I see you here seeing things a lot more clearly as you do this self-examination. Yeah, look at that, optimism. Pride, exactly. Wow, you're knowing your value. You're realizing what is really good for you here, group number 2. That's beautiful. I love that. With optimism card, all right, this is you embracing the consciousness of optimism. You're optimistic that, yes, I would still be in a healthy connection someday. Yes, I have encountered all of these, not so good stuffs, unhealthy partnerships, unhealthy attachments, or whatsoever, but there is hope. And I feel as well that it's like you needed to grow something from within first. With the fruits over here, all right? You really needed to grow something from within. Whether it's love, self-respect, and yeah, pride. There is actually a quote by Miyamoto Musashi. I believe that was Miyamoto Musashi when he actually said, a man without pride is worthless. Okay? So I'm getting here, there's something about knowing your true value, knowing who you truly are, alright? Being confident about who you really are, what you really deserve. Some of you may have actually, encountered people who made you feel less. That's another thing that's coming through. Like you always feel that you're not as good, or they may have made you feel that way, that you're not really good, or you're not worthy enough. But that is going to be changing, I tell you that, okay? The key here is to allow yourself to go within. Yeah, look at this. Kinship, teamwork, connection, sharing, supporting. This is what you're aiming for, group number 2. And this is also a sign that this is something that's going to happen for you in the future. That you will be surrounding yourself with people or connections in which there's teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work, right? No wonder you got the balance card. Because I feel that, like what I said, either you were in a connection in which you're always the one who's giving everything, you're always the one putting in a lot of effort, showering a lot of attention, but these people does not know how to reciprocate or how to return that to you. Therefore, it lacks balance. For some of you, it's always you who's actually showing a lot of encouragement, because you got the encouragement card to these people. But whenever you feel down, whenever you feel alone, it's like these people are gone, or they're actually missing in action, or they're not really showing you that, hey, I'm here by your side. We're partners in crime. We got your back. So there's actually something about teamwork here, all right? And this is what you're going to be longing for in the future. Either you would be surrounding yourself with people who really support you, okay? Or there's that really beautiful support between you and these people or this person, where you guys are really sharing, okay? It's not just them taking more from you. There's that energy of sharing between you and these group of people, just like with this image over here. Or if this is a romantic interest, a future partner in which you and your future partner are having this really balanced and really healthy teamwork in your connection. A lot of support here. Wow. Okay, creativity. Now with this creativity, I'm more like getting here that this is you doing something new. Because this card is talking about creating something new for yourself. So that's why I said, a lot of you chose group number 2. You'll be in this phase of going within. You will be, finding yourselves going within with the solitude card, in which this is going to help you to re-examine all sides and angles, just like with the hangman card. Okay? And because of that, you're really going to be doing something differently. You wanted to create something different. You wanted to kind of like experiment, is more like what I'm hearing. Like maybe in the past, this is what you normally do. And that's why you kind of like get the same response or get the same type of treatment or from other people. But you're kind of like, I'm seeing that for you guys. You're kind of like shifting things. You're going to be doing things differently. And you will be surprised about the results, is actually what I'm hearing from Spirit. Okay. All right, let's try to pull it more. Yeah, courage. What I actually heard with this courage card, I feel that some of you were also in a connection or partnership. If this is romance or romantic partner, either they really didn't have any courage. They're actually afraid to make a move. They're afraid to take action. That's why you're not seeing any direction with the map over here with the strategy card. It's like either they are afraid. They don't have enough courage to take a risk. That's another thing I'm hearing from Spirit. Okay? But with this courage card, this is also the viewer. This is you, all right? You will become a lot more bold, courageous enough to change some things, to take control of your life. That's another thing I'm hearing as well in this card. And look at this. This guy's holding this lantern, kind of like the hermit again. Wow. You guys are really learning here. I tell you that. Ooh. Okay. You got the coffin card. Endings bring new beginnings. Growth, change, liberation, transition. Yeah, you're transitioning. Okay. I feel that this coffin card is mostly about the past, a failed partnership or a connection that didn't work out. But you're transitioning. And that journey, all right, that you've been through, that difficult experience, like what I said, it's allowing you to grow. It's allowing you to change some things, okay? There's going to be some positive changes happening here. You also got the sunglasses. I'm going to read this as perception, as one of the keywords is also perception. It says you're focusing out. Just like what I said. I'm seeing group number 2 stepping outside of this box, all right? Or being in this hangman energy in which you're looking at things from a different angle. Just the same with this focusing out. You're focusing out so you can see the bigger picture. Because there are some things that you may have overlooked. Okay? But as you do that, as you see things differently from a different angle, I tell you, there's something that you will be seeing, which would help you to attract healthier and balanced partnership out there. I tell you that, group number 2. Okay, what is this? Yeah, official person. Look at that. With this official person, I feel this is more of like what you're going to be attracting in the future. If this is all about love and romance, this person is somebody who really knows how to take action. Okay? This person is courageous. No wonder you got the courage card as well. Kind of like this military guy. Yeah. So I'm actually, getting here. Yeah, speaking of which, for some of you, that can be a clue. Maybe this person works for the government. All right, that's just for some of you. But I'm going to take it more as a person who takes action. A person who's sure of what he or she wants, all right? They're not going to make you feel confused. Like, okay, where do I stand? Are you going to choose me? Am I important to you? That's not going to be the case in the future. I'm seeing that this person is actually going to be sure of what he or she wants and would tell you, hey, this is what I want to happen between the both of us. They would include you in their plans and their future plans. All right. That's another thing I'm getting. Let's pull it more. Ooh, yeah, a lot of cards. Group number 2. Let's see here. Release your ex. Exactly. The time has come to clear your energy. And yeah, you got the coffin card. So you're putting an end to something. You're really, putting an end to the past. The release your ex is not necessarily about an ex-partner. Maybe old energies that are not really good for you anymore. Because I'm seeing you, like what I said, shifting things, doing things differently. You're actually clearing some things that are creating a blockage for you in attracting the right partner, okay? For some of you, it's an actual ex, all right? Let's see here. What else? Forgiving learning, right. This is also a message from Spirit that on top of you are also releasing the past, which is the release your ex card. You're also healing the past. And by doing so, again, it is a form of liberation for you. And you're just going to look back at those bad experiences or those unhealthy partnerships, attachments or what, as, okay, I'm learning from it. I have forgiven myself and I've forgiven this person who treated me in a poor way, in such a way that I'm moving on or I'm moving forward. I'm not letting that affect me any longer. Because I know that I really deserve, okay, someone far more better for me. Again, whether it's friendship, whether it's actually, romantic partnership. And speaking of romantic partnership, we got to your romantic feelings, right? I feel that this is really what's going to happen in the future if it's all about love and romance. Like what I said, this person's courageous, action-oriented, not wishy-washy, okay? They're not afraid to take a risk. And yeah, they would really express their feelings for you. Their true feelings. Instead of you always kind of like, second guessing yourself, you're actually always in doubt. Oh, maybe, this person doesn't really like me. Maybe it's just me, thinking that he likes me. I don't know, I'm hearing that right now for someone out there. But this time, or in the future rather, you would be in a connection, in a healthy connection in which you really don't need to figure things out all the time. Or question yourself. Because is this person really showing that, expressing that, whether verbally or however they're really going to be demonstrating their true romantic feelings for you. Wow, group number 2, I love your reading as well. Okay, so before we wrap things up, let me pull up some messages. Message for group number 2, please. Do something for someone. Give your attention to another. Okay, so again, there's actually something about giving and receiving here. When I saw this message, do something for someone, give your attention to another. I'm more of like hearing that either this is always you. You're always showering attention. You're always doing something for someone. But this time around, or in the near future, you would actually experience a much more balanced connection where there's sharing, where there's actually teamwork. This person's also doing something for you. This person is also exerting a lot of effort for you instead of always you doing everything for them. All right. That's more of like what I'm hearing when I saw this message. Because I feel the viewers who chose group number 2 are very, very giving people as well. Or you guys always wanted to give or do some things for other people. But there's lack of balance. It's like you're feeling exhausted. You're feeling drained because either it's a one-way street or, again, you kind of like realize that this person cannot reciprocate what you're actually doing for them. Okay? That's really what I'm getting. All right. It says here, a loving thought triggers a loving response. Your love is felt and appreciated, and an angel surrounds you. A sacred union is born, the union of twin souls within a threefold flame. Wow. So I'm actually getting here that, number 1, there is a huge possibility for group number 2 that there is going to be a spiritual partner coming into your life. Maybe it's actually this official person. That's another thing I'm getting. Where there's going to be, a beautiful union between you and the spiritual partner. For some of you, I'm also hearing that maybe this is the person that you dealt with, all right? But maybe you just needed to be separated right now. But eventually, you guys would come into union still. Maybe they still needed to kind of like be a lot more mature. I don't know, I'm hearing that when I saw this message. But for most of you, I'm getting here that there is going to be a beautiful union, a beautiful partnership that's going to be developing in the future for you, between you and this future partner, all right? Whether this is a twin flame or this is a soulmate, I don't want to go over to the labels way too much. But yeah, I'm seeing that with this message. So anyway, you have a long read in group number 2. I noticed that. But I certainly hope this gave you some clarity. Yes, I'm still seeing you guys are really going to be entering a beautiful partnership or healthier connections. Whether it's love, platonic or what, or friendship. But yeah, it will happen once you begin to do some self-reflection here. and self-examination, because there's something that you will be seeing that you may have overlooked or you may have not seen in the past. But that is going to be your key, kind of like a breakthrough, really huge discovery for you to shift some things so you can attract the right partner or the right connection that you so freaking deserve. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye for now. All right, for the final group, which is the Angelite Bracelet, let's begin with your reading. Let's find out, will you be in healthy connection in the future? Spirit guides, archangels, and angels, please provide some guided messages for the collective who chose group 3. All right, you got your 6 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles in reverse, King of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Six of Cups, and the Star. Bottom of the deck, Page of Swords. Wow, this is actually really, really interesting for group number 3. I'm seeing here, out of all the 3 groups, for group number 3, it may be hard for some of you to release something from your past, okay? That's really what I'm picking up. And this is also kind of like blocking you from being open to other opportunities, far more better connections out there. Remember, this reading is not just all about romantic partnerships. It can be anything, friendships, or any other sort of connections, okay? But I'm hearing very strongly from Spirit that for group number 3, it may be hard for a lot of you guys to really let go of something from the past, okay? Which is creating a blockage for you to being open to new opportunities or new possible connections. However, I'm actually seeing here that there's hope with the Star card. There's actually going to be an opportunity for group number 3 to realize something in the future. You guys are actually kind of like learning, okay? Because I'm drawn to this Page of Swords card where we see a student, okay? It's like you're going to have this aha moment with this bulb over here, or light bulb, okay? Something is actually going to make sense for you. And what I'm hearing is that for some of you, if this is all about love and romance, you have been waiting, all right? You have been waiting for this person to return. You have been waiting for this person to come back with the 6 of Cups. And you've waited way too long. It's like nothing is happening. And this is making you feel upset. This is actually making you feel so sad with the 5 of Pentacles. You feel alone. You feel abandoned. And if I read this intuitively, look at this. She's crying. She's slumped on the floor. She's thinking that, well, this is so exhausting. I'm so tired. Is there a way out of this type of situation? Is also what I'm hearing for someone out there. But it's like Spirit is saying, hey, look, the key is right beside you. Maybe because of you're not seeing it, because of you're putting your focus more on the loss, or you're putting your focus more on the absence of this person. You're not seeing that there's actually a huge key right beside you, which will help you to open that door, to free yourself from whatever it is that's making you feel this way. Group number 3. But we have here the 6 of Swords. This is you finally coming out of that door. Some of you are going to be, realizing that I'm tired of waiting. With the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. I'm tired of waiting for this person to come back. I'm tired of waiting for this person to choose me. I'm tired of waiting for this person to make a move. Kind of like a light bulb moment. That's it. That's what I'm looking for. Because I'm hearing from Spirit, because of you allowing yourself to be stuck in that situation, this is preventing you from growing. This is preventing you from being more open to other possibilities out there, other opportunities. Maybe that type of connection is not really for you. And it's probably hard for you to accept that. Because in your mind, in your heart, no, this is my person. This is my twin flame. This is my soulmate. I don't know. I'm hearing that right now. Okay. But Spirit is kind of like saying that connection, regardless whether it's a twin flame or not, it happened because you're going to learn from that. But it's not to say that you have to allow yourself to be stuck in that empty room, all right? Because they're saying you have the key towards freedom. And I'm really seeing that in the future, you are freeing yourself from whatever it is that's keeping you stuck because you're still holding on to the past. There's something that group number 3 really needed to let go of. Again, whether it is a person that you're romantically interested in or a friendship that didn't work out. It is just part of your journey, okay? That's what I'm hearing from Spirit. This is going to help you to heal even with the Star card, as well as to learn with a student. Because I tell you, group number 3, I'm seeing here that if this is all about love and romance, it might take a while though. That's actually what I'm hearing. But eventually, since you're being led towards a different direction, because for me, 6 of Swords is transition, it's actually, you being led towards this King of Pentacles. Somebody's actually a lot more mature. Somebody's actually more grounded, more practical, more serious. Somebody really wanted to settle down. I feel for group number 3, if this is all about romantic partnerships and all that, you may have dealt with somebody who's actually either immature or somebody who's unsure of what it is that they want with you. And therefore, you're not seeing any action. You're always waiting for this person to make a move. But here we have the King of Pentacles, which is an opportunity for group number 3 to meet in the future, all right? As you free and heal yourself something from the past. And this person is going to be right beside you all the time. Look at that. Look at this guy. He has this really beautiful dog beside him. And this is you and your partner, or your future partner, or the person that you'll be in a healthy romantic partnership with. It's the opposite of what you've been feeling here with the 5 of Pentacles, where you feel you're just all by yourself. You feel that there's no one around you, or you don't feel that there's support, which is, again, something different that would happen for you in the future, in which there's togetherness. There's that beautiful companionship. So even if it's not romantic, because again, this reading is not just all about love and romance. We're talking about healthy connections. That's it. I'm seeing you guys being surrounded by a type of friendship or connection other than romantic, in which there is that beautiful companionship. There's that beautiful support. There's loyalty with a dog over here, okay? Yeah, because there's another dog over here. Wow, friendship. So I'm also seeing that. There's maturity here. Others of you, I'm still seeing hope with the Star card. That you may still eventually, be in a healthy partnership rather. with the person that you have in your mind, okay? Because anything is possible. I'm still seeing that as well for group number 3. But maybe right now, this separation is really needed so you can actually grow, the both of you. Because I'm drawn to the 6 of Cups. There's actually a kid over here, and there's a puppy. And then eventually, we see here this adult man with an adult dog, right? So I'm actually seeing that there's going to be some form of maturity or growth happening here. So eventually, it is still possible for some of you that the person that you have in your mind is somebody that you can still establish or build a healthy connection with. You just really needed the separation so you guys can grow, okay? But for others of you, I'll be very honest, I'm seeing here that as you actually release the past, release anything that is actually blocking you from growing and being more open to possibilities out there or other opportunities. And as you do the healing, this will lead you towards this really beautiful partnership or this really beautiful connection. Wow, I love group 3's reading. I love this reading. I'm already beginning to fall in love with it. So let's see. Let's try to pull up another set of cards. Okay, you got your vulnerability. Open your heart, allow yourself to be tender. This can be the case for group number 3, in which you've dealt with connections, partnerships, in which they view emotions as weakness. So maybe you've encountered people in your life in which they're not really opening up to you. They're not expressing their true feelings for you. They see that as weakness. So they tend to hide themselves, all right? And this is also making you feel really confused or making you feel as if, wow, maybe this person doesn't really want me, or maybe this person really doesn't feel anything for me, but I feel it's just them seeing emotions as a form of weakness, and that's why they tend to hide their true emotions or feelings. Yeah, look at this with a thinking man, logic. I feel this is it. This is so clear, right? A lot of you, group number 3, dealt with connections or people in which they're more logical than emotional. Because again, they view emotions. We were just talking about that. They view emotions as weakness or as a sign of weakness. They don't want to be emotional. They want to connect with their heart. They try to be logical at all times with a thinking man over here. And this is also you. You're like searching for some clarity here. Like, what is going on? All right, does this person really wants me? Does this person really values me? Some of you may be looking for your worth as well from others, okay? Kind of like the same for the other group. Okay, you got here Ace of Swords. So like what I said, there's actually going to be some breakthrough here, all right? I was so strong. You guys are really going to be realizing something. You will be discovering something. Because look at this, the thinking man. This is you contemplating. And with you doing that, all right, with a clear quartz crystal over here, something is actually going to make sense. Okay? Which would push for some of you, not all of you, to finally release and heal from the past. And that is the breakthrough. I was just talking about the past. Now we got the ghost lands. Because I'm getting here, some of you guys were kind of like stuck from some past event. Okay? Which is, again, why Spirit kept on saying that for others of you, you really needed to release the past. You need to let things go. In order for you to attract healthy, beautiful connections out there, know that the past happened because you're going to be learning from that. It depends on how you're going to be viewing those experiences though, right? You may perceive it as something totally negative, or you may perceive it in a different way as well, right? But one thing is for sure, the past is allowing you to experience something that you can learn from. But I'm also seeing, based on this card, that it's hard for others of you to kind of like let go of the past, which is, again, blocking you from being open to new possibilities out there. Surrender. I can release my need to control. Right. So I'm actually seeing here that eventually some of you would actually finally learn how to surrender. Surrender in such a way that you don't need to control the outcome of the situation anymore. You're letting things be. Okay? You're being more in the flow now. Because I feel for group number 3, you may have the tendency to kind of like always, try to control the future or the outcome. Okay, what's going to happen between the both of us? Will this person come back? I keep on hearing that. And so eventually I'm seeing a lot of you guys finally realizing that there are some things that are beyond my control. Or just letting things be, just like what I said. What's meant for me is for me. Okay? What's not for me is not for my highest good. I'm hearing that very strongly right now. And this is what I'm seeing for some of you. Some of you would also kind of like surrender in such a way that you will be realizing that, you know what? Looks like I'm wasting my time here. Like, I've been waiting for years for this person to come back. It's like you're frozen in time. Look at that. There's actually, a lot of ice in this image over here. It's like you're frozen in time. So there is kind of like a lack of flow. Is more of like what I'm getting here. Even with this ice dragon, right? Yeah, something will be revealed. Truth be told. Like what I said, for group number 3, there's a lot of messages around finding clarity, just like with the thinking man, right? Looking at this clear quartz crystal. And then you got the Ace of Swords as well, which is all about breakthroughs and clarity. Something will be revealed, just like what I said as well when I saw the Page of Swords. Like you will have this light bulb moment, okay? I'm also going to read this card as if this is also a case in which not necessarily that you will be releasing this person in your mind or that you won't be ending up together, because anything is possible. Because I'm getting a mixture of energies as well for group number 3. Others of you, I'm still seeing that you would still be with this person and you would still be growing a healthy connection in the future. But the separation, this pause with the ice over here, I'm hearing like everything was frozen. Like there was a pause, there was a hold, because you guys really needed to see some things that you weren't seeing before. There were some lessons that the both of you needed to learn from. For some of you, this person needed to be a lot more open, not to view emotions as weakness, to be true and real, okay? Or to be honest with their true feelings. So there's still hope for some of you that this person may eventually grow and learn how to express themselves instead of always wearing this mask, right? Others of you, I'm hearing very strongly as well from Spirit that this is actually the type of connection that you will be entering in the future, in which this person's more open, they don't have any mask, their intentions are really clear, all right? Yeah, you got your time to go. Exactamundo, oh my gosh, that's weird. Because I'm still seeing that others of you would finally have the courage to walk away. Either it's because of you're tired of waiting, you're not seeing that there is progress in this connection, you're beginning to realize that I can't allow myself to be stuck here, all right? And just wait 10 more years for this person to return. That's why I got the Ghostlands, right? You're surrendering now. You're letting things go. You're turning your back from things that you know deep down in your heart is not really for your highest good. So I'm getting, for most of you, you'll have that breakthrough or that huge discovery. If right now everything is not making any sense, soon it will. Okay? I tell you that. Soon it will. All right, let's try to pull up more. Yeah, because you got the death card, putting an end to something. But for some of you, if this is still like a person that you would still possibly end up with, the person that you already know, because I'm getting that still for group number 3, there's going to be some positive transformation. Remember the message earlier when I saw that card of 6 of Cups, where there's a child and there's a puppy, and then eventually it became an adult man and an adult dog? There you go. There's going to be some growth and transformation happening between you and this person, okay? But for others of you, this death card is talking about you releasing, letting go. With the time to go, letting go, walking away from the past. Because you would eventually realize that it's stopping me, it's blocking me from growing, all right? I'm allowing myself to be stuck here. When you would begin to realize that I shouldn't allow myself to be in this stuck energy. I shouldn't allow myself to be stuck from the past. I need to keep on moving forward. And for everything that has happened for you guys in the past, it's just allowing you to transform and grow, okay? Death is also talking about putting an end to a very difficult situation. So it may be really difficult for some of you to walk away from it. But I'm seeing you eventually doing that. And that is also because of this truth that will be revealed to you. The word truth is so strong as well for group number 3. Maybe right now you're still in the state of denial is actually what I'm hearing from Spirit, or you don't want to look at it. Because it's hard for you to accept the bitter truth. But eventually, it will happen. And it's actually for your highest growth. Or highest good. I tell you that. So, let's see. Let's pull up another one. Yeah, you got your focus. Yep, healing light. Oh my gosh. If you notice, group number 3, you have a lot of images where there's snow, there's ice. It's cold. Just like with the 5 of Pentacles card. 5 of Pentacles is also talking about being left out in the cold. I feel this is actually what you've been feeling in the connections that you're surrounding yourself with, or what you have experienced in your partnerships or connections, in which you always feel as if that you're all alone. There's something about abandonment as well, in which this is part of what needs to be healed. Okay? Some of you may realize that there are some abandonment wounds that you needed to heal from. And by healing that, this would help you big time to attract healthy and beautiful partnerships in the future. This is your key as well. Because remember, group number 3, there's a lot of images as well of keys, right? And key is breakthrough, solutions. And I'm seeing that for group number 3. You will eventually see the truth. This will help you to heal something, okay? And by healing that, you're growing, you're transforming. This transformation card, you're walking away from things or situations that are not really good for you anymore. Even your focus, or even how you perceive yourself. That's another thing I'm hearing, or the situation. And again, I'll go back to the message that I heard from Spirit earlier, that eventually I'm still seeing some of you guys being in a healthy partnership in which you don't feel alone. All right? You don't feel alone. You feel that there's a lot of beautiful support between you and this person, whether it's a friend or a lover. There's that beautiful companionship. I keep on hearing that because I notice there's a lot of cards in which you're just all alone here. All right? You're just by yourself. Some of you, I'll be very honest, I'm hearing right now from Spirit that because of your past experiences, it has traumatized you. With the snow and all of that cold energy, honestly, that's what I'm hearing right now. Some of you kind of like got really traumatized that you wanted to close off your heart, all right? Because you're afraid that if you allow yourself to be vulnerable again, all right, that the same situation might happen. You're afraid to open up now because either you were betrayed before, you thought that this person is real, you thought that this person is honest, but yeah. I'm also hearing that from someone. And if you're resonating with that, all right, there is a message around healing. Healing traumas from the past. And by doing so, this would actually help you to shift. Remember, healing is your own responsibility. Ask yourself, do I want myself to be in the same stuck situation? Or do I have an option to heal and grow and evolve? Those are the type of questions that you also needed to ask, group number 3, okay? All right, let's pull up more. Yeah, you got Waking the Lion. See? A lot of awakening, a lot of light bulb moment. Now you got Waking the Lion. Gosh. Group number 3, I tell you this. Eventually, you guys are really going to be seeing things so clearly. I'm seeing a lot of you saying, all right, now it's making sense. I'm really seeing that light bulb moment for group number 3. A lot of awakening here. Whoa. And this is actually needed, okay? Very much needed, you guys. Some of you, this awakening had something to do with you realizing that I need to heal something. Others of you, it's abandonment issues or healing trauma from the past or from past experiences that you really needed to put an end to as well. Yeah, spirituality. Your guys are really growing spiritually. That's why I keep on saying awakening. My gosh, wow. At the same time, hearing that the past connections, they hold spiritual lessons. It's for your growth. So you can evolve to become this lion. More proud and confident, more brave. And yeah, you got your joy and stability. So this is nice. I'm seeing you in a very secure partnership in the future. So yes, there's a huge possibility of you guys attracting or entering a healthy connection in the future. But only if you're willing to heal. Only if you're willing to learn from the past. I tell you, group number 3, it's not like you're just going to sit and wait for things to happen. You have to do your part as well, is what I'm hearing from Spirit. There are things that would actually be initiated by you first. And by doing so, having the courage to do that, I tell you, things are really going to be shifting positively for you. Okay, let's see what's next. Oh, yeah. A balanced connection where there's peace, harmony. And I'm also seeing you being more in the flow. Wow. I feel for group number 3, I really don't want to obsess over labels here, but you got the 4 of Wands, 1111. I feel some of you were really in a twin flame partnership. Because that's what I'm hearing as well right now from Spirit. Okay? And not all twin flame connections will be successful in this lifetime in such a way that there's going to be a union. All right? Just like in my case. I'm also in a twin flame, connection. But in the past, I used to obsess over it. Like, when is the union happening, Until I realized, all right, that that twin flame appeared in my life because that twin flame is going to help me to heal something from within. He holds the key, basically. He would be a catalyst of change, all right? And the same thing, vice versa. I've also triggered my twin flame to heal something from within for himself. That's why I got the spirituality card as well. But I'm getting here that you guys are also going to be being in the flow. You're not really going to be controlling the outcome anymore. With this, I can release my need to control. You're more balanced now. You're more in the flow. And at the same time, I'm getting here that in the future as well, there's going to be balance in your connections where there's a beautiful giving and receiving energy. And I'm drawn to this. She's wearing this yin-yang pendant. So I'm getting here, if you're more like resonating with, yes, it's a twin flame connection that I used to be in or that I'm currently, experiencing right now. I'm seeing you guys transitioning to a soulmate partnership. Okay? And did you know that sometimes your twin flame can also help you to be with your soulmate? Yes, that is so true. I tell you that. Some twin flame, partnerships, they do that. Unconsciously, of course, or at least in the 5D, that's what the twin flame partner is going to be doing to help you transition, because they would be triggering you. That's why they say that all twin flames are your exes, because it's a negative experience or they're going to be triggering you something that you needed to heal, which you will view at first as something that is really heartbreaking, okay? Like what I always say, it's all about perception. If you actually see it differently, you would actually, begin to handle the situation far more differently than ever as well, right? Because you're beginning to realize, okay, that's part of our soul contract. This twin flame is going to just really help me to heal something that I wasn't really healing, or I wasn't able to notice that I needed to heal that, right? And since you're growing and healing, you will be eventually led towards a soulmate type of connection where there's actually that beautiful balance between you and this person. Gosh, I love, honestly, this is my favorite reading because it's just really, really clear. It's so clear from spirit, and I'm getting a very deep spiritual energy for group number 3. Wow. Let's see what else. Yeah. Oh gosh, you got the magic. So this is actually telling all of us, group number 3, that you and this person that you'll be attracting in the future, there's that really beautiful and deep connection that is already there. Either you have dealt with this person before, okay? That's why I'm picking up, yeah, it's a spiritual connection. It's a soulmate, more like a soulmate here. For some of you, I'm also going to be reading this magic as you being more optimistic, you realizing your true value, you realizing how magical you are, how amazing you are. There's something about believing in yourself. That's why I got this image of the lion here, because lion is also about confidence. So some of you may actually feel less confident that you won't be in a healthy connection in the future, all right? But I'm seeing group number 3. I'm seeing that there is definitely a huge, huge possibility for you guys to be experiencing that only if you're actually going to be willing to learn, to release things that are not for your highest good, or to heal, all right? Okay, let's see, what else? Yeah, because you got the Phoenix Rising. Phoenix Rising is a very Scorpio energy, all right? As a Scorpio myself, yeah, this is our animal totem. One of, okay? Because there's Scorpio dove, eagle, yeah. But Phoenix rising is basically talking about you rising from the ashes, you releasing old parts of yourself. It's part of your cleansing is actually what I'm hearing. Purification. And you're actually going to be emerging as this powerful phoenix. Whoa. That's why this is my favorite. And you're getting the help from above, by the way. I feel that there's also going to be some sort of like, I don't know, like this is divinely orchestrated. And I'm talking about your future partner, all right? This is actually being watched over by the divine, if this is all about love and partnership. Because I'm getting for group number 3, there's some more strong energies around love and partnership. There's only a few of you in which this is also talking about friends or possible soul tribes that you'll be meeting in the future. All right. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, you're actually really going to be putting an end to something because you got the coffin card. And for every ending, it brings new beginnings. Just exactly as what I told you guys at the very start. All right? Some of you are either in a state of denial, you're afraid, you're not wanting to see the truth. It's right there in front of you, but it's like, no. It's hard for me to put an end to this. It's hard for me to let things go. But it's preventing you from growing, because it even says here, growth, change, liberation, transition. And speaking of transition, you got the 6 of Swords, right? At the very start of the reading. That's you. Moving away, all right? Liberating yourself from the past. With the lightning, yeah, it says here, sudden change. Surprise, epiphany. Upheaval, transformation. What the freak? That's exactly what we were just talking about earlier. There's something about light bulb moment. And that's the same energy with the lightning card. A strong epiphany, okay? An aha moment for you guys. In which things are finally going to make any, really strong sense for you guys, okay? Either to change some things because of what you're going to be learning or what you're going to be discovering. Journey. Yeah, some of you are really going to be realizing that this is just part of your journey. Okay? The connections you've had in their past. It's kind of like you being inside the train. All right? You can't be just, staying there forever with the people inside the train. Each people on that train, they have their own destination. Right? Some of them, it's about time for them to go. It's about time for them to leave. All right? Some of you may be having a hard time, honestly, this is what I'm hearing right now from Spirit, to accept the fact that it's over. That they're not really meant to stay in your journey, to be part of your journey. You and this person needed to part ways because it's kind of like, all right, time is up. All right? You just needed to learn something. But eventually, they will have their own path. You will have your own path. That's why I'm drawn to this train over here. Yeah, wow. I love your reading. Gosh. Let's pull up another one. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Oh my gosh, and you got the spirituality card. So for some of you, there may be some sort of like a difference here. The religious factors is not just basically talking about that this person is actually from a different religion than you, but it can just talk about, a different type of upbringing, beliefs, all right? But I'm also hearing very strongly, this is just, me echoing the message that I heard from Spirit that it's part of your journey to meet this person or those type of people because it's helping you to spiritually grow, right? It's part of your transformation. But it's not to say that they have to stay there in your life forever. Just like what I said when I saw that train. Because each of us, we have our own destination, right? Like, you're going to tell this, passenger that you've been chatting with inside a train and say to this passenger, it's my time. I gotta stop and, yeah, leave from here. And you can't force this person to kind of like stay. No, you have to stay here, right? Until I get to my destination. So I'm also getting that for some of you. Wow, a lot of specific messages really for group number 3. That's why I love this reading so much. So before we wrap things up, let me just grab some messages here. Let's see what's going to come up for you guys. Okay. Romance. Lavish the one you love with personal attention and affection. Oh my gosh, yeah. So, like what I said, group number 3, I'm definitely seeing you being a very, very beautiful and healthy connection in the future. Okay? Or there's that beautiful companionship. There's that beautiful romantic connection here. You and your person really looking eye to eye. And yeah, they're intertwined. Wow. There's togetherness. Because if you notice earlier, there's a lot of cards in which you're alone. Or you feel as if that you're all by yourself. You're being left out in the cold, right? But here you are being in a really beautiful romantic partnership. This is all about love and romance. But you're going through some transformation. Like what I said, with this Phoenix rising. Some of you needed to have the courage to discard or to release and let things go. So you can emerge and become this Phoenix. Okay? All right, let's pull up another card here. You are who you are because of your history. All of it has helped you to grow in love and wisdom. I love this. Wow. Every experience has blessed you in some way. Embrace the past and forgive anything that needs forgiving. How freaking weird is this? This is exactly what we were just talking about. And you saw me shuffle as always. I can't make that up. This is really what Spirit wanted you to know. A lot of you were kind of like stuck in the past with the ghost lands, right? And this is preventing you from growing. This is preventing you from welcoming opportunities, possible connections out there. So there's a need for group number 3 to embrace the past and to forgive anything that needs forgiving. And forgiving means letting go. That's why I got time to go card, right? Always remember that every experience that you actually encountered in this, journey of yours has actually blessed you. It has blessed you with the gift of love and wisdom. Growth as well. Wow. Group number 3, that's all I have for you. This is my favorite reading. I will see you again next week. Bye-bye now.